What's up, YouTube? I'm ProTech. I'm one of the top Starcraft 2v2 players in the world, and today I've got another video for you. Alright boys, we got ProTech versus Europe, episode number 2 on the Trader's Exile with the Terran teammate against a Terran Protoss team. Let's go! Against the Tur BHD clan. Two Terran versus Terran Protoss. I think this game I'm gonna go for reactored cyclones. The risk to this build is that when you go for this build, you don't have anything like at the start. So if the Terran player shows up into your base with a Reaper or two, that can be pretty devastating. But if he doesn't, and let's say for example both of my opponents decide to play like super economical, well then I've essentially just got a free win. So this build is pretty safe, but it's kind of more or less a gamble. It can be anyway. More often than not, it's not particularly a risky open. And especially if you have a Terran teammate who opens with a Reaper, you're just that much safer.
사령부 업그레이드 완료. 부속 건물 완성.
So I plan on going mech after this. Like if this push I do doesn't work, I plan on going mech. And if that's the case, you should always send your barracks across the map. Why? Because this is going to give me vision of a ramp I want to attack, right? And honestly, in most of the games that I play, people don't use this build. So 9 times out of 10, I have the advantage if I send my barracks across the map to gain high ground vision. Now, if I was live streaming, I probably wouldn't do this, but I'm not live streaming, so yeah. So I got his reactor, which was like super important for me. He actually did end up going for the same build, although he has a reactor on his factory. What was that? I just saw something over here. Is that an ore? Oh my god. Wow, this is a cheesy all-in. And that's going to be all she wrote for this game. Unfortunately, I had a really low-ranked teammate. Like, if we look at the scoreboard, we can see that he's at the bottom of the scoreboard, even after I had to take my units off of my mine for like a really long period of time. This was actually really weird. I should watch this replay, because I don't think they scouted anything. They didn't scout anything, so this, I mean, I guess even if they did, I guess it doesn't even matter like what race I spawn as. If I spawn Zerg, Terran, or Protoss, this would still be pretty good, right? Alright, so anyway, we can see that the issue here is that I have a teammate who's not really doing a build. Like double barracks into Tech Lab Factory into Starport, that's not a build, right? So, at the end of the day, I was going to lose this game regardless. Like, it doesn't matter what strategy or build I go for, because I just wasn't going to have a teammate here. But this is actually a really strong build. If it goes unscouted, of course, if this goes scouted, then all you have to do is just send your units over here and kill all of this, right? Just take out the pylons. But, as you can see, you know, we didn't scout that. So it's not that this build is any good. I mean, it's strong if it goes unscouted, but if my teammate wasn't low rank, like after killing this guy's reactor, it would have been pretty easy to win. And if this guy was doing like a build, right? This isn't a build. 2 racks, tank, liberator, like this is just not. There's nothing efficient about this, right? So this is a little unfortunate. So we can see that at the time of this push, my teammate had a total of 2 Marines and a siege tank, right? And he's floating. Actually, I have to go back a little bit to see how much he's floating. So, like, I haven't left the game at this point, right? And at the moment, he has 660 resources, 472 gas, so, you know, he just doesn't know what to queue up. Like, I'm taking all of this damage to something that I can't particularly hold by myself, so I kind of need to have a teammate, and if he's just gonna, like, roll over and die to this Terran player's push, that should have never happened, right? Because when I went up into his ramp, I killed his reactor on his factory, which just meant that he should have been able to get more stuff out, right? But you can see he's got 660 resources in the bank, almost 500 gas. So with a different teammate, I don't lose this game, obviously. I take a lot of damage to this, but I don't actually lose this game. Alright boys, next game is going to be on the Dusty Gorge with a random teammate against a Terran Zerg team. Yuda! Oh hey, I just lost to the Tur BHD clan. Let's not let that happen again. And unfortunately for me, I got Protoss in this matchup, top Keck. Oh, wonderful. We have the literal worst races for this matchup. Well, I do believe I'm going to be one-basing it, especially since he's scouting, and the moment that he finds 2 Protoss, he's going to do an all-in, for sure. Zerg player will spam Speedlings, and he'll probably go 3 Rax Reapers or Cyclones. That would be my guess, anyway. If I'm getting early pulled, then I have to have a second pylon near my gateways. Because there's no Protoss build that holds 12 full at the moment. I mean, if you're playing a 1 versus 1 and then rush distance between the two bases are like longer than the maps in 2v2, then you can hold it. But having to put the this pylon at the ramp puts a damper on your tech for sure. I'm not entirely sure why I'm seeing a Marauder with Concussive Shell in the middle of the map, but I better build. There are two things I need here. Shield batteries, and I think I'm actually going to get a Void Ray. Because Marauders can't shoot up, right? And my teammate is going Dark Shrine. So I'm just going to do a counter here, and hopefully it works. Because we're not going to be able to rely on this teammate to do anything of any value whatsoever. So the problem with this scenario is that because we're fighting Terran Zerg, it just means that they get extra economy for free at 0 risk whatsoever. So as you can see, in order for us to hold, we had to stay on one base. Whereas they get to take 2 bases and be super... In fact, it wouldn't surprise me to see a third here. Yeah, see, 3rd base. So this is one of the imbalances in team games at the moment, but you know, we gonna do. Like, even taking out this third base doesn't really mean anything, because, you know, we don't even have our naturals. Bit of an imbalance in 2v2, but you don't really spend too much time getting this race comp. Like, just build a wall, man. Like, you're gonna lose your fucking nexus if you don't wall at some point.
That wall, build it strong, 'cause we'll be there before too long.
See, that Terran player has 3 bases now. We got it for sure. Excellent. This needed to happen. Tough game, man. I feel like the Zerg player even still at this point has the capability of beating us. Teammate still doesn't really have much of value at all. So I need to go down here. He just got on my third, so I need to check to see if he's killing the rocks. Just got on my third here. Yeah, he's coming. I don't actually know if I can hold this. Come and help me, dude. Where are you? Hello? Not particularly confident in this attack, but we'll see how it goes. Wow, that went really well. Man, that was a close game. The bottom line is that 2 Protoss is just super incredibly bad. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You know, there's no other way to look at it. Protoss just doesn't have the capability of. There are 2 things as a Protoss player in team games that you need. 1, you need an economy, and 2, you need splash damage. Both of which you can't really get. I mean, you can get it, but it's always an all-in, right? And when you do an all-in, it's always really risky because you don't take that 3rd base. So like in that last game, I was doing a 2-base all-in, right? I managed to kill off the Zerg 3rd base, which absolutely helped. But if I hadn't identified, like if I hadn't scouted the fact that the Terran player had gone up for a 3rd base, I never would have made that attack. And that's really where we won the game, because that economy that they were trying to get based off of the open, like abusing that open that they did, I prevented them from getting. I do feel like if the players were better, I still don't think we could have won that game. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the video today. Let me know what you guys think about the double game merged into one video in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys with the next video. Peace out. Thank you very much for checking out my video today. If you like my videos, smash that like button, comment with what you want to see next, subscribe to see more, and be sure to follow all of my social media links in the description below. You can also donate by clicking the bubble at the bottom left of the screen, and this of course allows me to continue producing this content on a full-time basis. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you with the next video.